Good morning, how you doing? I'm in a good mood today. We have dinner and a movie tomorrow night, and we're showcasing social justice films. We're talking about mass incarceration. We're talking about violating people's rights in Baltimore City and Baltimore County. And I'm naming the public officials. I'm going to turn Scott Shellenberger into a snitch, because I'm asking the Department of Justice. To investigate the Baltimore County courts. Now, this is the way it go. Even if the Department of Justice don't investigate the courts, my backup plan is my movie. All right? So my movie's going to bring out the investigation anyway. All right? So I'm at Kinko's getting ready to go. Getting ready to go in here and put this paperwork in at Kinko's. And when I put this paperwork in at Kinko's, I'm going to hang it out like dirty laundry, like I did in February of 2011 at the Towson Turnabout. Because at the Towson Turnabout, I laid out dirty laundry and I put all this shit out there then. I put Shellenberger, Congressman Cummings, Judge Turnbull, Governor O'Malley, Judge Janae. I named the judges and shit back in 2011 when y'all locked me up. I asked for the witness protection program and y'all locked me up. I'm not asking for the witness protection program. I'm just going to put your shit out there on social media. And it's admissible in court, any court. That's why I put the camera in your face and ask you them questions. That's why the media shut up when I put them out. They don't want to call the police. They don't want to lock me up because they played a role in my illegal incarceration. I was making a movie about y'all. 13 movies, 13 ghosts, 13th Amendment. 13 is my lucky number. 13 times 4 is 52. That's the number of politicians I'm fucking with. 52. Now here we go. This is Scott Shellenberger, all right? This is Scott Shellenberger. I'm going to show you how he abuses the powers of his office. Scott Shellenberger, Greg Bernstein, and Marilyn Mosby. And I'm going to show you their relationship with the judges and the police, all right? Now, I did this all on film, and I did this quietly. This was a documentary. This wasn't supposed to be public. But when they found out all the information that I had and everything that I got, they had to lock me up. They couldn't let this shit come out. It was election year. They needed their jobs. They didn't want to lose their positions. They didn't want to go to jail. So if you go to jail or not, I'm going to put this shit on film. Like the Khalif Browder story, I ain't dead, dog. I'm alive to tell my truth. I've been in jail in 2 states. 186 days in Illinois and 85 days in Maryland. And I can show the corruption in both states. Name the judges, the lawyers, the politicians, the mayors, your county, state, and federal delegations. Dog, so let's do what we do. I ain't mad at you. When I started this, I knew what I had to do. I knew the sacrifices. I lost the family. I lost the relationships. I lost millions of dollars. But this wasn't about money. It was about principle. You understand? So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to make Scott Shellenberger snitch. Because I'm going to have the federal government watching all his cases, and we're going to audit Scott Shellenberger's cases. And I'm going to start talking about Scott Shellenberger every week, showing the cases, showing his business, and showing the corruption in the courts. And if you got a problem with what I'm doing, go directly to Scott Shellenberger and get this material. Go directly to Scott Shellenberger. All right? Go get it. 2013. That's when I went looking for my property. Because y'all was trying to say the statute of limitations, There's no statute of limitations when the court commits the fraud. There's no statute of limitations when the court participates in it or creates it. And Scott Shellenberger created it. I can't walk into a movie theater and holler fire. If I holler fire, and the fire isn't going on, then you can lock me up. I left a toilet in Towson. That toilet didn't say shit. That toilet said evidence for a case in Baltimore City involving Governor O'Malley, Bank of America, SunTrust Bank, Insurance Incorporated, Jake Davis, and James Hammond. I was a Baltimore City resident, and you had me kidnapped. You understand? You used the powers of your office for personal and political gains and means to shield the corruption in the courts. That's Chief Johnson. Now, you seen me chase Chief Johnson out of Baltimore City Hall. Y'all seen me chase him out of City Hall. Ran his ass up out of there. You see me run a lot of politicians out because I got y'all's cards. I got your green cards. That's why I'm going to pull your card. Wherever I see you. See that? Luke Broadwater. All emails. Jane Miller. Mike Shue. Mike Helgram. Richard Sher. We're going to share all this with the public in 2018. Because y'all kept it a secret in 2010. And then y'all lied to the people about me. And I hate liars. And I can't stand a thief. That's the chief of police. I'm sorry. That's Judge Turnbull. So I'm going to show you the relationship that Shellenberger, Chief of Police Johnson, and Judge Turnbull have. Because all of them had this information. Judgment Day, baby. Blacks have no rights. Dred Scott, Supreme Court. I made a book about y'all. Chief Justice Towning used to live in Tiny Town. Dred Scott was a slave that was in one state and a free slave in another during the Missouri Compromise. So I showed you how blacks have no rights then and they have no rights now. And the movie was about y'all. Governor O'Malley, state of Maryland, state of Illinois. Certified 2009. You had this. Shellenberger had this. It was a legal notice. Just like Dred Scott, it was a legal notice. Fighting for my freedom. Chief Judge Turnbull had this, and I turned Shellenberger into Judge Turnbull. But this is what they did to me. Complaint, Davis, Jaquish. All right? See that? Case number. Y'all charged me with 5 felonies. Y'all charged me with 5 felonies illegally about my property. See the date? Judicial officer. All right. See the date? I just got out of jail. I came to ask for my property and y'all charged me with these 5 crimes. All right. Because I was making a movie about y'all. So you use your courts to incarcerate me, to try to incarcerate me. I was already on probation from Illinois. You tried to violate my probation. It didn't work out that well, did it? Because I went to court for this. They tried to give me a bench trial. I refused the bench trial and requested a jury trial. And when I requested a jury trial, they dropped all the charges. Because I was going to bring this into court. That's me. I'm a Baltimore City resident. I was kidnapped by the state of Maryland. February the 7th, 2011. I was kidnapped. It was also, my property was stolen. This was the case that I filed against y'all in the state of Maryland in district court. And I asked for a jury trial. Never got it. That's my property on Falls Road. $3,000. $7,000 in tax application. County. Illegal license. He cashed $7,200 in forged checks. If I was locked up in another state, why was you taking checks from Jake Davis when you had a lease with me? Why was the store open when I was locked up in another state? Then you filed charges when I got out. James Hammond. That's filed. See the date? 2010. 2008. Towson. I know your corruption in your courts. And that's me. 1402 Lochner. That's my son, Jake Davis. You let him file these criminal charges on me, but wouldn't let me file the criminal charges against him and the landlord for stealing property. All right? Application of statement. You feel me? Truck. Here goes the witnesses. Margaret Davis, Philip Davis, Cheryl Nelson, and my accountant, Paul Weinblatt. You feel me? Bank of America. Here it is. So when I say what I say about Jake Davis and Jake's Grill, when I say what I say about Scott Shellenberger, Judge Turnbull, I'm just showing the corruption that y'all got set up in Baltimore County. You use your politicians, your courts, and your councilmen to set up this illegal incarceration, plus the money laundering that y'all do in the county. That's why nobody want to come out to Baltimore County and get locked up, because when they get caught in your system, they got to spend a lot of money. I didn't pay for no lawyer. I fired my lawyer and defended myself. I told Scott Shellenberger, kiss my ass. Now I went to JB Hunt. I went to JB. I went to Andy Applestein. I went to Dwight Pettit. I went to Warren Brown. I went to J. Wendell Gordon. I went to Murphy. I went to Ivan Bates. I went to all these lawyers to ask them to represent me for a class action lawsuit. None of them want to do it. I asked all these lawyers to represent me in my case. None of them want to do it. Because I'm getting ready to set up this for a class action lawsuit against the courts. Like Dred Scott. I'm going to sue the courts for illegally incarcerating Black America. We're going to use the war on drugs. We're going to use my cases. And we're going to show you how you destroyed evidence. Now, tomorrow we're doing Dinner and a Movie. We're doing social justice movies. And I'm doing Dinner and a Movie all year long. You can't stop it. So if I can't get it in the court, I'm going to get it in the film. If I can't get it, I'm going to get it in the film because I got it in the streets. If I did something wrong, lock me up. Charge me with something. I dare you. Because I'm getting ready to put all this shit out there for the public to see the truth about Shorty. You've been lying about me for 13 years. It's my turn to tell the truth. I don't have no cases pending. I don't have no cases in court. So anything I say and speak on is about you. And if you got a problem with me, dog, I'm not hard to find. My number 443-831-1188. I'll be at Dinner and a Movie tomorrow, and I work at the Corinthians. I'm going to finish what I started. If I can go to jail, Jake Davis can go to jail. Deron Battle can go to jail. Dwayne Gerald Davis Jr. can go to jail. James Hammond can go to jail. Scott Shellenberger can go to jail. Dog, and the beat goes on. I got 52 of you motherfuckers that can go to jail because you participated in the fraud. You knowingly permitted this shit to happen to me. You thought I was going... Dog, y'all made me homeless. You took everything I had. I didn't have nothing. And I didn't go back to my family begging and plying and crying. Dog, I stood up, knocked that dust off, and got it in. I went back to my grind and got my money. And I'm going to get my money now. I want what you owe me. Like I said, sell this shit to Netflix. Sell this shit to Showtime, HBO. I'm the producer, the director. I got all rights to this shit. I don't have to chop this up with nobody. Easy to divide by 1 than it is by 10. Remember that. Mic check. Shellenberger gonna snitch because Shellenberger can't go to jail. Shellenberger's too old to go to jail. But if y'all sent Bill Cosby to court, we're gonna send Shellenberger to court. And when Shellenberger go to court, we're gonna bring up all those green cards. They're gonna be like cue cards. And we're going to bring up his testimony at my court, at my trial. We're going to bring up his testimony. I'm going to show you how judges work with these state's attorneys to incarcerate us. And I'm going to put them on the stand. I know how to defend myself. I ain't never paid for a lawyer in my life. Ain't going to pay for one. Wainwright. Google Wainwright. Under Wainwright, the state got to provide a lawyer for me. I'm an indigent. I have no money. You can't deny me access to the court because I'm broke. And you made me broke, Shellenberger. So now I'm going to break you. I want your surety bonds. I want your 401k. I want your promise tomorrows to be sitting behind bars like you tried to send me behind bars. It's a fair exchange. Ain't no stick up without a gun. I'm going to point this camera at you and watch you run. Mic check that.